Hi, I'm Lynette, aka London Makeup Artistry, and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my makeup addiction and what little things I've been doing to try to manage it, right? So I haven't gotten to that point where I've overcome it. I am a work in progress. So right now I'm just trying to manage it. I did a video on my makeup addiction a few months ago. I think it was early in the year, January, I believe. If you missed that video, I will link it here and down below. And I talked about then when I was feeling really just uncomfortable with the amount of money I was spending on makeup, and I really wanted to make some changes. So I have been trying to make some changes. I know it may not seem like it with the haul videos that I have posted on my channel since making that video, but again, it's a work in progress. I didn't develop this makeup addiction overnight, and so I'm not going to overcome it overnight either. I'm taking baby steps, trying to get a handle on it and trying to ultimately spend less money on makeup. So I just wanted to come back and give you a little update on what it is that I've been doing, and I plan to, going forward, to check in with you here and again to let you know how it's going and how I'm doing. All right, I got my notes here because I don't want to ramble on like I tend to do, and so here we go. I try to take a more thoughtful approach before I buy any makeup. And when I say makeup, I'm really primarily talking about eyeshadow and lip products, because those are my two biggest weaknesses, my two biggest temptations. A new eyeshadow palette will come out and immediately I think, oh, it's beautiful. Oh my God, I love it. I have to have it. And then I might go out and buy it. Well, I'm trying to combat that. I'm trying not to do that. So the ways that I've been doing that are, first, I like to ask myself a series of questions. And some of them are going to be pointless, and I know they're pointless, but I ask them anyway. So I'll see something that I want, a new eyeshadow palette, for example, and I get excited about it, and I'm thinking, ooh, I want to get it. Well, I like to slow myself down and ask myself, do you need it? And of course, the answer is always no. I need more makeup, I need more eyeshadow, like I need a hole in the head. So the answer is always no, but I always ask it because it's the start of my thought process and really trying to think about what it is I'm about to do and whether I should or not, which is spend my money, right, on more makeup that I don't need. So do I need it? No, the answer is usually no, but I continue on. All right, so I don't need it. Do I already have it? The answer is usually yes. Usually yes. Do I have other eyeshadows that color in my collection already? Do I have lipsticks in those types of colors or finishes in my collection already? Do I already have it? And the answer is usually yes. And then the follow-up question to that is, am I using it? So do I already have it, but am I using it? Is it sitting on my dresser collecting dust, or is it something that I'm reaching for every day? Now, the answer to that could lead either way to whether I buy it or not, right? So if I already have it and I'm not using it, I have found that I'm less likely to purchase an item, because now I'm just thinking about it's sitting in my bedroom, for example, on my dresser, it's collecting dust, I'm not using it, it's getting old, I haven't used it in a while, and at some point I'm probably gonna have to throw it out. Money down the drain, right? So, and then it may be, you know, I really am using it, I'm using it a lot, I love it. Maybe I'll go and buy another one, you know, because I'm using it so much. Or, yeah, I'm already using it. I'm using it a lot. I'm enjoying it. I don't really need to buy a backup right now. I'm using what I have. And before I go out and buy something just like it or buy another one as a backup, let me go ahead and just keep using what I'm using. Either way that I answer that question, it might lead to a purchase, but I have found most oftentimes it doesn't, especially if the answer to that question is I'm not using it, because really I just don't want to be wasting money. I did a lipstick declutter recently, which I'm going to talk about some more a little later. And I didn't even see myself throwing out lipstick. What I saw was money being thrown away. Hundreds of dollars of it being thrown out. And that really impacted me in a way that I hadn't really thought about it before. And I didn't like that feeling that all of that money just was being thrown in the garbage, because I had so much that I couldn't use it. It had gotten old, gotten bad probably, and now it was just time to get rid of it. So I really, when I asked myself that question, are you using it? Oftentimes, if the answer is no, I'll either not buy it at all or I won't buy it then. If there is something that I really, really am excited about and I really, really want it, I will then try to give myself a waiting period and say, okay, calm it down, calm it down, get it together, girl. And I'll give myself a day or two to say, all right, maybe let me wait and see if other people on YouTube got it. Maybe I'll watch some reviews on it, some first impressions, see how it looks on people my skin tone, see what other people's thoughts are on the wear time, So that might take a couple of days. That might take a week. I'll just wait it out. I'll just wait before I do this instant gratification where I just want to jump and get it right here, right now. I'll wait. I'll give myself some waiting time. And I have found over time that the longer I'm able to wait for some items, that excitement really starts to die down and really gets to be a little more manageable. And I don't feel that sense of urgency anymore. Case in point, the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, which came out, I want to say last year, the holiday time. That is a palette I was really, really, really interested in. And I mean, I still like the palette. I have still thought over these last several months since it was launched, I still think about, maybe I should pick up that palette, maybe not, I don't know. But for the most part, I don't really think about it. It's been so long, I've waited so long that now that initial sense of urgency that I felt has really died down. I had recently purchased some metallic shimmery shades. I had recently picked up the Urban Decay Moon Dust palette, which has a lot of glittery shades in it. I had recently picked up, there was another palette that I recently picked up that would have metallic shimmery shades in it, which was very similar to the Too Faced palette. So I asked myself those questions. Do I already have it? Am I not using it? I wasn't using any of those new palettes. Okay, they were sitting there untouched, waiting for me to get around to them. And I just at that time didn't want to add to my stack of things I wasn't using. So I held off on it. I watched a lot of videos about it, but I held off on it. And now, several months later, because I want to say that came out in maybe November, maybe October, November of last year. We are now in mid-May. I still don't have it. And honestly, I don't ever think about it unless I see it. If I see it in a video or if I go to Sephora and I see it. But for the most part, if I don't see it, it's out of sight, out of mind. Haven't thought about it. Haven't really wanted it. So that's a palette that I have not yet purchased. Now, I'm not saying I won't ever buy it, but I haven't bought it yet. And there's a good possibility that I may never. So, in talking about eyeshadow palettes, there is this pop effect. I know it's been mentioned on YouTube, the pop effect. I remember watching a YouTuber. The first time I had heard that term was from another YouTuber, a young lady whose name I cannot recall. If you know the person I'm talking about, please leave her name in the comments below. So I can add it to my description box. But she did a video called The Pop Effect. And long before watching her video, this is something that I had already started to do. So I found that once I took a moment and really looked at the palette and took out those 1 or 2 or 3 pops of color that really first initially attracted me to it, and I saw that, the rest of the palette it's really not that special. I've been able to not purchase. Now, sometimes makeup products are going to come along that I really, really want, and after I go through my whole list of questions, do I need it, do I have it, am I using it? After I go through my waiting period, maybe I go through a waiting period, maybe I don't, maybe it's just like, listen, this item has just, I'm just gonna get it. I know I'm gonna buy it. I know I'm going to get it. So it's like when you're on a diet and you're doing really well, and then you just have that day where it's like, you know what, I want some ice cream. And you could really talk yourself, maybe you could talk yourself out of it, but you're like, you know what, I want the ice cream, I'm gonna eat the ice cream, and that's that. So sometimes there are products where I just feel like I want it, I'm going to get it. Case in point, the Kristen Lee and Urban Decay Kaleidoscope palette. I did a tutorial on that palette, which I'll link here if you missed it. I knew it looked luscious, and I thought immediately, ooh. And then I saw videos and people swatching it, and it looked gorgeous. And then I did the ultimate faux pas, which was to go into Sephora and swatch it. And after that, I was like, oh yeah, I am going to get that palette. But instead of running out and buying it, knowing that Urban Decay recently have been putting out products, eyeshadow palettes for example, and they go on sale like 2 weeks after they launch, I said, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get this palette. I know I want this palette. I'm gonna get this palette. So rather than pay full price for it, let's see if I can save a few dollars. Since I'm trying to spend less on makeup, let's see if I can save a few dollars and see. And I will just have to wait. And I will play the waiting game. I've played waiting games on quite a few items, like months, maybe a year goes by, and I see that item on sale at a good, what I think is a good price, then I'll snag it. So that was the case with the Kaleidoscope palette. I didn't have to wait very long because lo and behold, like 2 weeks later, the palette went on sale, and it was normally, I forget how much it was, if it was $39. Anyway, I got it for way less than the initial selling price, and I felt good. I mean, yeah, I ultimately I want to stop buying so much makeup, but there are going to be those times where, listen, it's just not going to be able, I'm not going to be able to rein it in and stop myself. So knowing that I'm able to get them at a cheaper or less expensive price makes me feel a little bit better about my purchase. As I mentioned earlier, I recently did a lipstick declutter, which you may or may not see on my channel. If I do a video, it won't be the actual decluttering. I'll just show you what it is that I'm getting rid of. I haven't thrown them all away yet because I'm deciding whether or not if I'm going to do the video. But I recently did a lipstick declutter. When I tell you the amount of lipsticks I am throwing away, you would be amazed. I was amazed. Not only was I amazed, I was really sickened actually, because as I said earlier, I didn't see a big bag of lipsticks. I saw a big bag of money that I had wasted because I had so much lipstick. I just wasn't able to use them all, and a lot of them I've had them for so many years. Some of them went bad. I don't know about the others, but I've just had them so long. I'm not using them. I just finally decided to get rid of them. And what led me to finally do a declutter of my lipsticks was the fact that I had run out of storage. A few months back, I had bought extra storage for my lipstick collection, and I recently purchased some more lip products and I didn't have a place to put them. And I thought to myself, well, I'll be damned if I go out and buy more storage for more lipsticks when I have a whole crap load of lipsticks I'm not using and that I need to get rid of. So I finally got rid of, I haven't thrown them out yet because again, I may do a video, but I finally rounded them all up for disposal. And in doing so, I was able to free up quite a bit of storage. And instead of just replacing it with more lipstick, I'm actually going to get rid of that storage space that I've now freed up. I'm going to get rid of it. And I'm just going to keep what it is that I have, and the lipsticks that I've bought that I'm able to put in there and store, I will. And when that gets full, that's it. I'm not going to buy any more unless I'm getting rid of stuff. So going forward, I'm not going to be just buying voluminous amounts of lipsticks and buying more storage and taking up more space on my bureau, my dresser. I have now, and I still have a lot of lipsticks. I still have to do some more decluttering. I didn't get rid of everything, but my storage has now gotten smaller, and it's not going to get bigger. So whatever it is that I buy now is going to have to fit in the storage space that I have. And if it doesn't fit, I'm either A, not going to be able to buy more stuff, or B, I'm going to have to get rid of stuff. And having gotten rid of so much stuff now and seeing just how much money I've wasted, I think I'm going to be less likely to be getting rid of my stuff. I think I'm going to be more likely to stop buying stuff. At least this is my hope. This is what I'm striving for. And then finally, the most recent step that I've taken in order to manage my makeup addiction is I deleted and unsubscribed from a lot of emails from brands. So when you go on a website, oftentimes now, if you give them your email address, you can get 10% off or $5 off your first purchase, right? Or even if you don't do that, if you just want to get a status update of your order and you want them to email it to you, or you want them to email you the tracking information for your order, they take your email address, you plug it in, and they'll do that for you. And then even if you didn't ask for it, they'll send you newsletters, right? So I get emails every single day from Sigma, BH Cosmetics, Dose of Colors, like every place I've ever purchased makeup from sends me an email, and usually every single day. It's not like they send it once a week or once, like every day in my inbox it's flooded with emails from this brand, Sigma, having 30% off for Mother's Day, and BH Cosmetics has up to 65% off, and this one has this amount off, and Too Faced has this amount off, and every day being deluged with information about new products or about new sales. And maybe I wasn't thinking about picking up any more brushes, but oh my gosh, Sigma is having 30% off brushes. How often does that happen? Often, actually, nowadays. Let me go and pick up a couple, and free shipping. Oh, they're offering free shipping this week. Oh, well, let me go and order something because now I don't have to pay for shipping. And that's where a lot of my recent, if you've watched my channel, you saw I did quite a couple of videos on brush hauls. I did some makeup brush hauls. And that's really where it came from. I was getting these emails and I'm like, oh, these are really affordable and they're on sale. Well, let me try some brushes from BH Cosmetics, or let me pick up some more brushes from Sigma when I really didn't need them. I don't need any more brushes. I don't need any more brushes. So I just yesterday or just this week, I unsubscribed from all of those emails because I feel like if I don't see it, if I don't know about it, if I'm not thinking about it, I'm just not going to buy it. And the Hush app, if you've been on my channel recently, I bought a shitload of dupe palettes from Hush. I'm planning to delete that app from my phone, and it's a great app, boy. I tell you, they send you when there's new makeup being launched, with sales. It's so easy to shop on that website. It's free shipping, no minimum. I mean, it's a great freaking app, all right? So great that I really need to get rid of it because they just make it too easy for me to order makeup without really thinking about it. So I'm getting rid of that app. I've unsubscribed from a lot of emails, and going forward, I think that's gonna help me to not buy more and more makeup that I don't need. What I should do is stop following like Trend Mood on Instagram, stop watching videos about new releases or whether people are gonna buy them or not, and seeing the new stuff that's out. I mean, I probably should do that, but I still want to be in the know. I'm still a makeup lover. I still want to be in the know about what's going on in the makeup world, about new products. So I haven't taken that step yet. I'm just hoping that the steps that I am taking is really going to help quell this impulse to go out and buy more makeup I don't need or can't use. Okay, that's it. I hope I didn't ramble too much in this video. I'm sure I did. And let me know. I mean, have you been using any types of tips, tricks, or techniques to try to manage the amount of money you're spending on makeup? I would love to know in the comments below any steps that you may be taking. Perhaps you're doing something that I haven't thought about doing, and maybe I can adopt that step for myself. I want to thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing. I will be doing check-ins about how I'm doing down the line, letting you know how it's going. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of those videos or any of the other videos I have planned in the coming weeks. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see my lipstick decluttering and see the lipsticks that I'm getting rid of. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be so like, oh my goodness. I'm still dazed and like despondent over it. But anywho, thanks for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.